community radio station and media platform. We're committed to building community through programming, education, and engagement. And KHEN is sponsored in part by Randy Canny, attorney at law. You can reach Randy Canny at 719-221-3766. And a special thank you to one of KHEN sponsors, the 146 Tap House, located at 146 West 1st Street in downtown Salida. The Tap House is your community source for creative expression and live music. They offer open mic nights on Wednesdays, karaoke and DJ parties on Thursdays, and live music on weekends from local and visiting musicians. The Tap House offers 40 self-serve beers, wine, ciders, gluten-free beer, and sake, all with the iPort system. Food is served on weekends. For more information, call them at 719-539-8629. And KHEN is supported in part by our sustaining members and the Highside Bar and Grill. Experience Salida's riverside dining on the Highside spacious patio, heated deck, and indoor dining room. The Highside Bar and Grill offers seasonal cocktails, a full menu, and daily rotating specials. They also have live music every weekend featuring local and visiting musicians. They're located at 300 West Sackett Avenue in Salida. For information, go to thehighsidesalida.com. And KHEN Community Radio is sponsored in part by High Country Bank. High Country Bank offers grants to organizations promoting community development and public education. They have locations in Salida, Buena Vista, Canyon City, and Longmont. High Country Bank, serving the Arkansas River Valley since 1886. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And KHEN is sponsored in part by Hilltop Broadband. Hilltop Broadband is for residential and business wireless internet service, serving Salida and Poncha Springs and Chaffee County, as well as areas in Fremont County, Custer County, and more. To experience the Hilltop difference and request new customer information, email info@hilltopbroadband.com or call toll-free 877-783-2889. Well, good morning, Salida. This is the River Flow live. I am very excited to have Chris Nasca in the studio. One of the most talented musicians in this town, excellent guitar player, and just generally just the nicest guy around. You know, he was one of the first friends when I first moved here 6 years ago to really help me out and help move some furniture into my house, and we've been friends ever since. And what a generous guy. He and his store, the Broken Strings Guitar, has donated a Washburn acoustic guitar for our studio for musicians if they want to play it and stuff. And it came with all the complimentary stuff as a tuner and strap and everything for it. Very generous donation. I'd like to, KHEN listeners, welcome Chris Nasca to the studio. Chris, nice to have you here.
Mr. Jim Lofgren, thank you, sir, so much for having me once again here. And here at 106.9 FM, LP, downtown Salida, Colorado.
Right here in Salida.
Salida.
Exit Colorado.
You got it. So I think I'm just trying to remember the last time I was here. Was it
last year?
Maybe a couple of years ago. I think it might have been on our little first lull of our first virus section,
There you go.
Yeah, maybe it was last year. But anyway, I think it was in the summer, and you were starting to do interviews again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and boy, it's picking up, and as long as it doesn't rear its ugly head again, we're going to do this until winter hits, I guess, and then the music scene drops off. But man, I'm excited to play. And you're playing, guys. He's playing the Highside tonight at 7:30.
7 outside today on the patio. Yeah, they just got half a PA together over there at Highside. Angela and I call him, his name's really Winston, but he's chief. As we all know, the owners of Highside, and those guys are freaking awesome. They're really good people for supporting the local music scene, and they really are sticking their necks out quite a bit to make this thing work for everyone. So
Boy, and I hope the new PA system keeps everyone happy here in town and some opposing forces across the river, but hopefully we won't get too many.
We're all just trying to live in harmony, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing in this town is that music's always been kind of a forefront, and also the arts, you know, just you know, visual arts as well. There's so many creative folks in this area, and it's just nice to see them. Hence, you having this beautiful, you know, river flow thing happening on Fridays. You know, this is a great thing, and then also KHEN is still plugging along, and it's just great to hear everybody just having a good old time. So.
Well, it's good to promote the local music scene, and Salida really is the regional music hub for Central Colorado. You know, and it's a vital part of our economy is having, for the musicians and the venues, is having live music. So
Yeah, and you know what? The thing is, there's not a lot of towns in Colorado like our small town. I know it's small, but also you just go to anywhere else and there's going to be some music happening probably Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There's an open mic over at the Tap House now on Wednesdays, and Ethan has really stepped up his game on that. And it's in a different ownership role. And played there last weekend, and he's put a stage in out inside, and then there's going to be music outside. And so, you know, it's going to be a rare event if you don't hear of anybody playing on the weekends at a lot of different places, High Side, of course, and then the Tap House, and then I believe Benson's is still doing stuff, and Vino Salida. I mean, there's a whole list of folks out there that are supporting the arts and supporting musicians, and you know, we all do this as a love, and it also gives us a lot of energy for everybody. You know, there's a lot of give-take energy.
absolutely, boy, live music, boy, I live for it. Man,
Oh, we know that, Jim. Jim is one of the top guys in this area. He's going to be going up to the Lariat. Lariat's reopening tonight in Buena Vista after their 2-year hiatus, and Grant Farm's playing. And bummer I can't go up there. I'm going to be playing with Scott Swartz on bass and Mr. Oso Blanco on drums tonight. So also, make sure that I'm telling you that your name is on the radio waves tonight, baby.
Oso Blanco, consummate drummer.
Yes,
Man.
oh yeah, he's one of our guys in there.
And Scotty Schwartz, you know, he's always played guitar, but he's a darn good bass player, multi-instrumentalist, and another generally nice guy. So
Yeah, he's you know, just happy to have him on board in all different directions. Great vibes and just good stuff. You know, like he's been around the block, and I've played with him years and years in the past, and then we kept talking about it. I'm like, you're where? You're in Moffett, Colorado? You know, that's only like, you know, an hour away, you know, and he's been there forever, and he's been playing in all kinds of dead cover bands, you know, throughout the state, and we were able to just recently use him in Roundhouse Assembly, so glad to have him on board. And then we might have a gentleman named John Stinger playing with us. He's down in Del Norte, not Del Norte, but Del Norte on piano. So I'm still waiting on that. But our core group is George Mossman on drums and Aaron Robbins on bass, and then myself, of course, and then Scott Swartz on vocals and guitar.
and you guys have got a gig up at the Lariat. Is that June?
I believe it's June 3rd. I don't have my calendar right in front of me. I think it's that Friday, 2nd or 3rd.
I went ahead and got my tickets for it sold out.
Mm-hmm. Is it sold out already?
I hope so. I hope so. And to hear that, I heard that Court put in a brand new. He already had a Meyer system in there, but I heard he upgraded. How do you upgrade something like that?
Well, I think what he did was he actually added the whole Meyer system, you know. They're based out of San Francisco, one of the premier sound companies in the world. They've been around the block for a long, long
Did
time.
Myers work with Owsley Stanley with the Wall of Sound with the Dead? And all
Yeah,
that?
and also
Or that
Alembic.
group?
Alembic.
Alembic Studios.
Yeah, Alembic that built. They did a lot of different versions of. You know, Alembic was they built instruments as well as sound. Yes, yeah. Make a long story short, there's a lot of these guys are just super brainiacs. You know, they're just NASA engineers, but they're hanging out with us musicians and other folks, and they're putting their audiophile ears to the sound waves, I guess, as you would say. You know.
Boy, we're grateful for that.
And so anyway, to answer your question, Jim, I believe he's doing monitors too as well at the Lariat. So his mains were Meyer, and then I believe he has a Midas digital board up there. I think it's it might be 32. I can't remember, but it's been, like I say, it's been 2 years plus since we all played up there, and so the kickoff is this weekend with Grant Farm, and then I believe Leadville Jerky's playing as well tomorrow night. Yeah.
Now I'm excited to hear the new system, and I'll see Brother Rob up there tonight. I imagine he'll be smiling, being able to.
Yeah, I think this is
twist the knobs up there.
This is amazing for everybody on all levels. Court, thank you so much, and also Zach that books up there. Those guys are awesome, and then they just regrouped, and so they're back in action, and hopefully I'll get up there before we play, and make a visit and talk to Court. I've been talking to him. I've been on the phone and so forth. So, but there's just so much going on. You know how it is. The summer's here, spring and summer is just like, hold on to your pants.
Hang on, it's getting thick up here, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Chris, would you like to play something?
Yeah, I'm gonna play an old traditional song. It's just got a lot of words to it, and yeah. So I think a lot of people are familiar with this one. So. Our captain fell in love with a lady like a dove. He called her by name, pretty Peggy, oh. Will you marry me, pretty Peggy, oh? Will you marry me, pretty Peggy, oh? If you will marry me, I will set your cities free. Free all the ladies in the area. And I would marry you, sweet William O. I would marry you, sweet William O. I would marry you, but your guineas are too few. Fear my mama would be angry, oh. What would your mama think, pretty Peggy, oh? What would your mama think, pretty Peggy, oh? What would your mama think? She heard Mac Guinness claim. Saw me marching at the head, soldiers oh. If ever I return, pretty Peggy, oh. If ever I return, pretty Peggy, oh. If ever I return, all your cities I will burn. Strolling all the ladies in the area. Stepping down stepping down the stairs, pretty Peggy, oh. Come stepping down the stairs, combing back your yeller hair. Bid the last farewell to William, oh. Sweet William, he is dead, pretty Peggy, oh. Sweet William, he is dead, pretty Peggy, oh. Sweet William, he is dead, and he died for me. Buried in Louisiana country, oh. Sweet roll out to Canario. Sweet roll out to Venerio. Our captain fell in love with a lady like a dove. Called her by name, pretty Peggy, oh.
What a great old traditional song, made famous by the Dead, man.
Oh, I think a lot of people have done that. It's an old traditional song that a lot of people just have made it all kinds of different ways, and got a cool story. You know, there's all. I mean, I love story songs, as you do too. You know, where you can really dial in what they're talking about and where the headspace was at that time when this song was written. I think it's traditional. I'm not sure actually who wrote it.
I was looking it up and it didn't say, it just says traditional, and songwriters Jerome Garcia and Robert Hunter. I'm pretty sure they didn't write it.
No, they probably arranged it, you know, as they, you know, they were like, oh, this is a cool song. Let's go ahead and jump on this one. Robert Hunter, I tell you, amazing singer-songwriter. Lost him, I believe it was a few years back, and just helped, you know, the whole connection of the Grateful Dead and other musicians as well in the Bay Area, and just an amazing human being. Wrote some amazing songs, all in a few days. You know, it's mind blowing, really. So.
Well, we used to have a few Robert Hunter albums out. Boy, back in the vinyl days, I gave all my vinyl away as kind of a stupid move, but it seemed to right at the time. So.
Well, I think that vinyl is on a comeback. You know?
Yeah, I think it is too.
I've got a pile of vinyl in the house that just sits on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, that is really cool art. But what's inside that is art as well. You know, like you get to visually see it, and also, you know, I think that's kind of what we're lacking in today's society is a little bit more. Let's pull back and look and kind of gaze at what the singer-songwriters were doing at the end of the day, and read through the liner notes or whatever, and also the pictures and how much it really grabs our attention, you know. And today is such a rush situation. You know, we're just flipping through our phones, and then there's just a lot. It's a lot of information out there. And I think that it's called sensory overload. A lot of things, and if we could just all take a step back, sometimes I think that, you know, you can smell the roses and look at the sunshine, and I'm guilty as everybody else, you know.
Me too. And Chris owns Broken String Guitars, a really nice guitar shop for any of your supplies and repair needs. Go down to Broken Strings right here on F Street. Man, nice shop, nice location.
Yeah, we were very fortunate to get into that space. I believe it was January of last year, 21, and we had no idea that we'd be busy. Joe Sargonsic, Jazz, known as Jazz, J-A-S, not J-A-Z, wonderful friend in Luthier that works there, and if you need your instrument set up, he's there every Friday, except when he's picking up, he's going to go pick up a puppy, I think next week in Fort Worth. He's getting his third dachshund, so, this is, it's kind of a bittersweet thing for him. He's getting another puppy. He's had lots of these dachshunds, longer dachshunds, so him and Cindy are going down there, good friends from Westcliff. So thank you, Joe, for being on board at Broken String Guitars.
Absolutely, and a good musician too. He was sitting in with you and with Bo Bones, playing next to you on. I believe he was playing bass, wasn't he? So
Yeah. Joe's a bass player. He also I think he plays some pedal steel, if I remember correct. And then Bo Bones is. I think he kind of took a little hiatus, but he's back in action. He's got his blues going. He's a hell of a frontman, and I was happy to sit in with him last weekend. I had 2 gigs back to back. I played with Jody Mesa, and I think it's called Josephine's Medicine. That's the name of her outfit, and was able to sit in at Vino Salida from 5 to 7. Had to go run down to the tap house and play a gig from 7:30 until whenever it was. I think 10:30 or 11 or something. And so anyway, it was a fun night, and then spent a little bit of the morning getting up slower.
And you're playing tonight.
Yeah. Playing
7 o'clock at the High Side.
Yeah, playing tonight, 7 o'clock with Oso and Scott Sports, and just happy to have those guys, playing with me, and we have a good time playing. And Oso is, I believe he's 70 now, and he's still rocking. He had a little health issue, I believe it was last year, and he's back in action. So welcome back, Oso. We're happy to have you.
Yay.
And definitely your talent is we're very appreciative on all levels. Yeah.
You're good.
I'm gonna do an old Neil Young song. Anyway, sit
I
back.
can't find that on Spotify. So.
Hello, cowgirl in the sand. Is this place at your command? Can I stay here for a while? Can I see your sweet, sweet smile? Now hold it up now, change your name. When so many love you, is it the same? Is the woman in you that makes you want to play this game? Hello, ruby in the dust. Has your bound begun to rust? After all the sin we've had, I was hoping that we'd turn back. Now holding up now, change our name. When so many love you, is it the same? Is the woman in you that makes you want to play this game? This is not the way it seems. Purple words on a gray background. To be a woman had to be turned down. Now holding up now, change your name. When so many love you, is it the same? Bless the woman in you that makes you want to play this game.
Very nice, Chris. I like that version.
Hey, thank you.
Man.
Appreciate it. That's kind of pulled it off. I believe it was Massey Hall, maybe, in Canada. So kind of a. If you ever get a chance to listen, that's like when Neil Young was just in his heyday. I think it was like 71, maybe. I'm not sure.
Good cover, man. I don't hear enough of that. So.
Well, I do love Neil Young. Some of his earlier stuff, of course, but just happy that he inspired me to play. So, and there's all kinds of musicians that inspired me. You just go, hey, I need to do that song. I need to learn it.
Who all inspired you? Besides Neil Young?
Well, I started guitar late. I was in the band. I was what I mean by the band. We were always playing in the band. I was in the band talking about like the symphony. Like when I was younger, from 7th to 9th grade, I was a trumpet player. We consider it symphony. Sorry, the school orchestra. They put you in jazz band, pep rallies. They even try to make you march. Back in the day, and I was. I loved the horn, the trumpet, and then kind of life got in its way, and then about 10th grade, I was just like, I think I need to move into a different direction, and then my mom actually held on to the trumpet for 2 more years, I believe, and then I think I was in 11th, end of 11th, start 12th grade. She's like, you need to get that guitar you talked about. So at that time, I was in Birmingham, Alabama, and there was a place that would do some trade-in stuff, and they took my guitar, or took my trumpet in to get the guitar, and I was anti-guitar for some reason at that point. I was wanting to get into Latin percussion and congas and, stuff like that, and my mom was like, no, this would be a good thing for you, because she didn't like piano, and we tried piano, and piano was an intimidating instrument, still is, and I tell you, I give it to people that can play something like that, So my brain was just wired for guitar, I guess, and I started playing at the end of high school there, 18, and had some friends, and there's all kinds of people that you play music with, and then you just get into it, and then it's like I learned so much from friends like Trey Schwab, better known as Otto, and he and I wrote some songs in college, and we were in a band called the Upriver Tree Trippers. Upriver Tree Trippers. And I was trying to remember with 2 brothers, Jay and I can't remember, that it was just Nakashi. Anyway, they're from Tallahassee, Florida. I was in Charlotte at that time. I bounced around quite a bit before I was 23. I think I lived in about 7 states.
Military?
No, my dad was actually in the military. Yeah, he was in the Navy, during the Vietnam War. Yeah, but he was taking some different job opportunities, and he was an orthopedic surgeon, and he was putting people back together from the Vietnam War in the amputee department. And I tell you, just looking through his eyes, he probably saw a lot of crazy stuff, at the Philadelphia Naval Hospital, if I remember correct, back in 1970. I think we were up in New Jersey at that time, 70, 71. I was just a baby. I don't even remember any of that. And then he finally, I think he was up there for 2 years, and then moved to Arkansas, Little Rock. We lived there for a while, and then he got into his practice at that time. And he was a great father. He really was. Or he still is. He's lives in North Carolina. They're retired. He'll be 84 here soon. So, yeah, great folks. Both my mom and dad are still retired and loving it and traveling. So.
Thank you, Mother Nasca, for encouraging Chris to get that guitar. Man.
Well, she likes country a lot, so I was just like, sure, I'll try it. And I tell you, it was intimidating, but when I saw somebody doing it, I was like, I think I can do that. And it's course, like mind over body or body over mind. You know, you just think through it and you go, well, let's give it a shot and see what happens. And I spent hours in my room playing when I was younger. And, you know, we didn't have screens at that time. You know, it was basically outdoor activities and, you know, playing music with friends and talking and, you know, and getting in trouble, of course.
Absolutely, man. I'm grateful for the guitar, man, and you've become so good at it. It's like, man.
Thank you, Jim. I mean, there's way better guitar players out there than myself, you know, like, but I guess what connects me with the guitar is the voice. You know, I'm able to play and sing and deliver songs, and that's I feel that's something that propels me to keep going, you know. And the fact is that life gets in the way. You know, you don't get that option to play music in some situations, you know, especially folks that are working tough jobs like being a firefighter. I mean, you're like on duty all the time, or, you know, an ambulance or police. That is definitely, or doctors, you know, they rarely have time. So I'm just happy that I was able to commit to it, and it's awesome. You know, it's a great release on a lot of levels. And I've met a lot of friends and musicians, and I've had a lot of epic times. You know, it's made me travel too. I've been able to travel throughout the state and meet a lot of different folks, and you know, it's just nice to be appreciated for that. So, yeah.
And you're a big part of the Salida music scene. I know Salida, boy, is really thankful for that, man.
Thank you, Jim. Yeah, I think I got one more, and then I got to get over to do my next thing. I'm going to do some stretching at 1 o'clock with Krista and DJ and Lachey. Try to get a little bit more limber. As we all get older, we get stiffer.
Well, isn't that the truth?
And you know, just now is it's a beautiful day, and so and I'm excited to play tonight. And then we're actually heading to Vail, Avon tomorrow. The Nasca James band is kind of somewhat, we're on and off a little bit. That's Andy James. He lives in Parker, and he'll be up. We're going to meet in Avon. We have a private event over there tomorrow afternoon.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So that's this weekend's adventures, you know. High Side and at 7 p.m. with Scott Swartz and Oso and myself. And then the Nasca James will be doing some music over in Avon. Yep. Tomorrow.
Get out tonight and see him over at the High Side. 7 o'clock tonight. Be there or be square.
Yeah, we do a lot of jamming too. Well, I've got one for everyone. It's I think Clapton made it famous. I do want to mention this old guitar. I got it. I believe it was 6-7 years ago. It's an old Gibson. It's from 1950. It's a J45, and the J stood for jumbo, and the 45 was the price of what people paid for back in the day.
45?
45 whole dollars, yeah, U.S. dollars. And, you know, Gibson made lots of guitars, of course. You know, they started in business, I think, really right at the turn of the century, 1900. And still some of the best musicians are using Gibsons and Martins, of course. Acoustic guitars, and of course Taylor is good. And we even have Rocky Mountain Guitars down there that builds guitars. And go check out Jeff. Hey Jeff, I hope you're hearing this. He's right across the street, and great builder, and he's got a really nice shop there too as well.
Haberdashery and a luthier shop all in one.
Yep, and I think you can actually get some smokes in there too, right?
I think he's selling cigars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so don't forget your Fumador. Or your Humidor, sorry. Which one is it there, Jim?
It's both.
Okay.
Depending on the context.
Yeah. Okay. Once I lived the life of a millionaire. Spent all my money, didn't have any cares. Took Took all my friends out for a mighty good time. We bought bootleg, champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low. Lost all my good friends, had nowhere to go. I get my hands on the dollar again. I hang on to till that old eagle grins, 'cause nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, not one penny. And as some friends, you sure ain't got many. When you get back on your feet again, everybody wants to be your long lost friend. I said it straight without any doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Well, oh, nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, not one penny. And as a friends, you sure ain't got many. When you get back on your feet again, everybody wants to be your long lost friend. I said it straight without any doubt. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows you when you're down and out.
Nice. Thank you, Chris. Man, I'm so grateful to have you come in.
Thank you.
Guys, get out and see him tonight, 7 o'clock, the High Side. You will not be disappointed.
Thank you very much, Jim, for having me today.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
And KHEN, too, of course.
Guys, I'm going to return to pre-program music. This is the end of the River Flow Live. Live each day like it's your last one. Be kind, be grateful, make someone smile today. And take care of yourself and others. I'll see you next week. Bye.